I think what really stood out to me about this piece was just, firstly, how expansive it is. I mean, you're talking about places Uganda, Yemen, Venezuela, Russia. I mean, so many different regimes or countries are using this. So how is Starlink in a situation where it's being put in perhaps into the wrong hands?
Well, Starlink is by far the most successful of the new satellite networks that are up there using satellites in low Earth orbit to provide internet access. And there are, I think, about 5,500 or more Starlink satellites up, and they keep on launching more. Every few weeks, there's another batch of Starlink satellites that are getting launched. So they have the widest coverage. They have agreements with some countries to have this service authorized in those countries. So, for instance, in Japan, there's an authorization to have Starlink. In the United States, in a lot of European countries. But then there are other countries where either they have not yet reached an agreement, they're in negotiations, or that are just off limits. That the question is, what can people still do? Because the satellites up there in space and they're beaming the signals down. If you could get the equipment and find some workarounds, there's the potential in some of those countries that you mentioned to access the satellites, even though the company hasn't authorized you to do that.
There's some extraordinary facts within this big take, right? In Yemen, you can find Starlink kits for sale on social media. Is there anything that Elon Musk, that the company can do about this?
Well, the company has said that when there have been accusations, say, of Starlink terminals being used in places in an unauthorized way, most notably by, say, Russian forces in occupied Ukraine, the company has said that, we haven't authorized this. This is not something that we permit. The company does have the ability to take down specific terminals, dishes that could disable it. But it is a widespread problem, and it's unclear just how much Starlink is able to do in order to address the unauthorized use in some of these places.
And just quickly, Bruce, how much do you think that SpaceX is going to want to cooperate here?
They do want to have good relations with various governments. SpaceX has very close ties with the United States government, has big contracts with the Pentagon, with NASA. So it is in SpaceX's interest to be working with governments to try to address some of these things.